Shalom, Akim. I want to start by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the Kwadash. And Shalom to you brothers and you sisters out there listening and learning. This is going to be the weekly MOTB, Mark of the Beast, update. And as y'all know from a few videos back, well, about a year back actually, Nigeria implemented the CBDC, which is the central bank's digital currency, right? The Nigerian currency. Okay, and they're having troubles with it. And I'm gonna play this video on to show you what this what's going on. Okay, and what's gonna be the solution. It's gonna be easy to see what the solution is. Okay, but Esau uses what's called the something called the Hegelian dialectic. Okay, and I brought this out before, and I'm gonna bring it out again, right? Because this is important, because this is what Esau does, and it's important to know these things and to,
So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll.
Okay, the elder, he always says that repetition is the father of skill. Okay, so we have to be repetitious in order to be familiar with these sayings. Okay, and this is a something that you have to understand. This is one of Esau's biggest tools. Okay. And again, it's called the Hegelian dialectic. Okay, let's see what this says right here. Okay, it says the Hegelian dialectic is where the ruling elite create a problem, anticipating in advance the reaction of the population to the crisis, and thus conditioning the people to call for a change. All right. So what Esau do, he'll create a problem. Okay. And this is what he's done in Nigeria. Okay. We're going to see what he did over there, right? Because really, he just created one big problem. Okay. And these people right now are begging for a solution. Okay. It says when the population is properly conditioned, the desired agenda of the ruling elite is presented as a solution. Okay, so when he got you, when he cut off your water, right, and then he had you begging for water, then he'll bring in, the contaminated water that he wanted. That's like a example of Hegelian dialectic. Right, but let's see how he used it in Nigeria. I'm going to play the video.
Across a really interesting and actually quite shocking article about a country that was one of the first ones to introduce CBDC, central bank digital currency, in the world back in 2021. And because its citizens weren't quite on board with using digital money, the country's government went as far as limiting the amount of cash that its citizens were allowed to withdraw from their own bank accounts. So they work, they get paid, but they can only withdraw, I believe, $225 per week in cash from an ATM. There's also a daily withdrawal limit. The daily withdrawal limit is only $45. So those who do get cash must pay for it at a premium, and the prices for things have, of course...
Okay, so Esau is telling them, right, because make no mistake about it, Esau is running this program, right, because in Nigeria, there are a lot of Israelites. Not all Nigerians are Israelites, but there are a lot there. Okay, but what Esau is doing, he's limiting your funds. Okay, and this is all going to be part of it, Right? These people that are limited in their things, hey, they're gonna be asking for, okay, if we can't get it, then what are we gonna use then? Let's just all agree on something new. Okay, let's keep going.
Skyrocketed. This was clearly done in order to force that shift to Nigerian CBDC. You know, when it was
You heard her. She said to force the shift. Okay, so they caused the problem to force the solution.
first introduced, the adoption rate was extremely low. It was only 0.5%. And as we can see, the result of this new reality is devastating. By the way, if you haven't already, please go ahead and take a minute to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to turn on video notifications if you enjoy this type of content. All right, so this is the article that was recently published. It is drawing attention to the fact that people's savings are literally trapped in their bank accounts due to the ban on bank withdrawals over a certain limit. If you want to read it, I will leave the link to this article below. So most Nigerians are struggling, as one would expect. For example, the family interviewed for this particular article could not withdraw money to pay for their children's medical bills. If you watched my previous videos on CBDC, you may remember that Nigeria, one of the first.
Okay, so Esau, right, he's using these Nigerians as a test subject, right, in order to, bring them into submission to accepting, right, the mark of the beast. Okay, this is what this man is preparing to do, and even this lady knows it, but she's even scared to say it. I'm gonna play the video, but she's gonna go into what could be some of the solutions. Okay, and we know the solution, right? Let me get a scripture real quick. This is the book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 7. It says, the instruments of the churl are evil. Okay, and the churlish goes into, matter of fact, let's get that in the blue letter. Okay, Salaki. That word churlish, okay.
Strong's H3596. Kilai.
Okay.
Second entry. Kalai.
Okay. Sounds damn near close to they lie. And that's exactly what they are. They lie, a bunch of liars, they devils. Okay, and that word churlish goes into a scoundrel. Okay, and that's a low person. Okay, and that's what Esau is, right? He's the lowest. He's the basest of men. Okay, so he's the churlish. Okay, so the scriptures say the instruments of the low people. Right, so these are the tools they use. They say the instruments of the churl are evil. He devised wicked the devices to destroy the poor with lying words. Okay, and I don't know if you heard it earlier, but she said that the people said the government was saying that if you turn your money in, we'll give you something else. Okay, but when they turned it in, they didn't have anything else to give them. Okay, so he destroyed the poor with lying words. Because now that they gave all their money out, hey, what can they do? Okay, now they got them on their knees begging for a solution. All right, so this is the spirit that Esau Edom is coming in. And this is how we know that he's Esau Edom. Okay, so it says that he deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak it right. Okay, so this man is a disgusting man. All right, let's keep playing.
You may remember that Nigeria, one of the first countries in the entire world, which is quite shocking, to introduce retail digital currency. And it's really interesting to see how this process unfolds because it helps us set expectations and know what we might want to expect. So what I didn't really expect to read here was that there is a shortage of banknotes, of physical cash in the country.
Why are you not investing in tax liens? No, seriously. Why are you not investing into one of the...
It is a crisis, as in many families, it means that only their children can have a meal. Families don't have enough cash to purchase food for the entire family, so adults often skip meals. I want to make a parallel.
And that's one of the easiest ways to control people, okay, through the food supply. All right, because even back in the times of Joseph and Jacob, and Jacob, right, and the 12 children of Israel, people were selling themselves to Egypt due to a lack of bread. Okay, so these elite know if you can control a man's stomach, your stomach is attached to your mind. Okay, you can control a man's mind, and if he ain't eating every day, he's not thinking well. Okay, he's worried about a lot of things. When you don't eat, you worry, and they know that. Okay, so this is what they're doing. The ladies say that they're only having enough money for their children to eat.
Here. As you know, Ukraine's current government is moving really fast to make Ukraine a fully digital country, to introduce CBDC as fast as possible. Ukraine's national bank, its central bank, has already...
And we should all say, call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because he's making these things happen as fast as possible. You heard that? Ukraine is doing the same thing as Nigeria. Okay, so these countries are going to be the models. Okay, this is another reason why Esau Edom is using Ukraine. Okay, because these people are going to be the models for the implementation of the digital currency. And they're moving fast.
Started lowering the amount of physical cash called hryvnia that is in circulation. So I thought that was a really interesting similarity between the two countries. So Nigerian citizens were told to drop the old currency off at the bank and that they would be issued new banknotes. But now there's absolutely no new currency and there's no old currency. Interestingly enough, January the 31st of this year was the deadline that was set by the Central Bank of Nigeria for all Nigerians to return the old naira. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Let me know if it is pronounced differently. Naira denomination of 200, 500, and 1,000 notes. The article goes on to describe this shocking crisis. Businesses are unable to carry out transactions and have been forced to close, and people are illegally selling new currency notes at higher rates. Nigerian government...
Okay, so this is exactly what Esau wants, right? Order out of chaos.
Government attempted to introduce new national currency, naira, but apparently, based on this article, some government officials are buying the new notes and storing them for whatever purposes. The article goes on to conclude that this crisis, this is a true crisis, is the result of an attempt to make the country's economy cashless. This rush to transition to digital currency is actually quite...
Okay, so you see that she said this crisis was a man-made crisis as an attempt to bring in a digital currency, right? Thus the Hegelian dialectic that I was just speaking about. Okay, she just said it for herself. Okay.
Shocking, especially in a country where close to 63% of the population is poor, 33% is unemployed, and only 45% of adults had a bank account. We have to ask the question, how can someone use digital currency if they can't afford to purchase a smartphone? How can they go fully digital if they struggle with putting food on the table for...
there it goes. Okay, how can they bring this digital currency in if these people can't afford a cell phone? Okay, and the solution is, okay, Revelation 13 and 16. And we all know it, right? And it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So there goes the solution, okay? This mark of the beast, okay? If you don't have a phone, right? If you don't have basically any other way, right? You're going to be able to get this RFID chip, okay? This is what's going to be the end solution of that, right? Because on this chip is going to be stored your digital wallet, right? Let's select let's look up Salakia digital wallet. RFID chip digital wallet. Okay. And here you go. Okay. This is what they plan on putting in you. Okay, RFID wallet blocking wallet technology. That's not what we're looking for. Let's type in RFID chip bank account. And there it goes. Newly issued bank debit and credit cards along with the magnetic stripe can have an RFID chip for contactless payment. All right. So this will be a solution for the poor. Okay, a one-time offering, of a ID chip or RFID chip that'll supply your means, okay, to run in the system. Okay, and this is coming worldwide. Okay, these places are just this is just a trial, right? And there's a video right here. It says, I put a chip in my hand. I put a payment chip in my hand. So this is what they're going to use, okay? And by the time they finally bring it out, these people are going to be begging for it. And they're going to all be standing in line a mile long just to get it, okay? Just so they could get something to eat or be able to access their accounts again, okay? So, hey, it's coming along quite nicely. The Lord is speeding up the time, and this devil is going to come down with this for everybody. Okay, but for those of you that, and for those of these Nigerians that take this thing, hey, here's your judgment. Okay, this is the book of Revelation 4 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay? So when you get this, hey, you're marked for death. All right? And that's exactly what Esau wants, and this is the Lord's program. Okay? And there's no way around this. Hey, you're going to have to go through this. Let me get one more scripture. It's the book of Revelation 15, and I'll start at the top. And this is for those that, don't take it, right? This is why we strive, to enter in at the straight gate, right? The position of difficulty, okay? Because the Lord will provide, for those that have faith and believe, and those that do the work, okay? This Revelation 15:1. I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of Yahweh. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire. Okay, and this is the angels looking down on America. Okay, it's gonna look like a sea of glass, right? Like when you in a desert, right, and you look far off or a hot place, and it looks like glass, right, like a mirage kinda, right? But you see the shimmering from afar. That's how America's gonna look. Okay, it says, and I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and this is the point, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh. Okay, so hey, this is what we hope to be. Those that don't take it, right? You're gonna be partakers, right, in the kingdom of heaven, right? Most likely partakers of the first resurrection. Okay, so hey, this is what we strive for. Okay, so hey, have faith that the Lord will take care of you, and by all means, don't take that chip. Okay, Lord's will, you was edified. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Shalom.